Hello today. My name is Derek Yu, and me and Aaron Moses is going to talk to you about a growing issue called smartphone addiction. Smartphone addiction is addiction that causes people to check their phones without any conscience of the real world. Now, so the question is your smartphone making you antisocial?
Hello and welcome to our interview on smartphone addiction. Um, so our first question is, how do you feel about smartphone addiction?
I can't really say I'm against it because I'm addicted to it. You're talking to somebody who whips out the cell phone for reminders, for contacts, for Facebooking, for Google and Google Maps. It really has become an integral part of my life.
Okay. Second question, by your standards, what do you consider addicted?
Something I would do, to put it simply. Any chance I get to check the smartphone, I'm going to be on it.
Okay.
If it's not, Google, if it's not Facebook or anything, it's emails and text messaging and talking on the phone.
Okay. Our third question is, do you love your smartphone?
Yes, I do. Without a doubt.
Entirely 100%?
101. I would say so, yeah. It's become a necessity for me. It keeps my life in order, so much so that if I don't have it, if it crashes on me, I'd be in trouble because I've got all my appointments in there. It's got, my messages and stuff like that, people's phone numbers, everything. Yeah.
As a percentage, how often do you use your smartphone a day?
I can't really put a figure on that. As long as I'm not at work, as long as I'm awake. If I'm sitting, just in the car waiting for someone, if I'm probably taking transit or just lining up at the grocery, depending on how long the lineup is, then I'll probably be Facebooking or something, or messaging someone.
Our fifth question in this interview is, do you text and drive, or do you use your phone at work?
I don't text and drive. I don't fool around with that. I may be addicted to my cell phone, but I value life more than anything else. That's a stupid thing to do, to be holding that cell phone. And there's a costly fine too. There's like, what, $300? I think so, something like that. So, no, I don't. I don't mess around with that. We're not allowed to use cell phones during our shifts, so I do turn it off. No, I do leave it on in case there's somebody who's trying to get a hold of me, but I don't whip it out every 2 minutes checking for text messages or who posted an update on Facebook or anything like that. So I can't, I don't do that.
Do you check your phone going to bed and waking up?
Oh yeah. So much so that there are times that I'm lying in bed and I have the cell phone in my hand and I'm just dozing off and I actually physically drop the phone on me and that wakes me up. And so it's a cycle. Then I'm just checking for messages again, surfing the net, pretty much.
And our last question for this interview is, what social media apps do you have on your phone?
I didn't really get into Twitter, but I do have an addiction for Facebook as well. It's nice to keep informed of what my friends are up to. It's nice to see what's happening in their lives, and conversely, it's also nice to let them know pretty much what I've been doing and stuff like that. Share jokes and stuff. So, I would say Facebook. I'm almost afraid to start getting to Twitter because that's just gonna take more time away from my rest period. So, Derek,
Yes.
do you have anything to add?
Okay, so at work in your lunch break, does everybody just whip out their cell phones
Yes.
and not even talk to anyone at all?
We do when we really have to. That's a very good point actually. When I'm having dinner with, let's say, older folks, aunts and uncles and stuff like that. I don't whip out my cell phone. It's very, very rude to do that. But amongst friends, and I'm sure you guys, when you go out to pizza or anything like that, it's perfectly okay. But I also I mean, it all depends on who you're with, right? But when you're with elders, don't. You heard that, didn't you? For the record, I'm being bribed a bag of potato chips.
I think she
Or
wants
two.
them.
Is this interview over? I want to have those chips.
Yeah, okay, I'll do conclusion.
No, but just one thing that I wanted to add. I usually turn off my cell phone when I'm in church, and I don't check my cell phone during work.
Okay.
And when I'm driving. Chips, please. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
On one
Yes?
last note,
Oh,
I
sorry,
realized
yes.
this has been an increasing thing where kids are very antisocial and they'll sit beside each other and they'll just text on their phones.
Yes. When
Do
I
you see your employees do that?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. But again, we have that understanding because we only have like 15 minutes or 30 minutes to do some catching up with the outside world. But that's a very good point, actually, that people tend to socialize less physically, and everything's done instead of having coffee or hanging out. People just communicate by text messaging or through Facebook or Skype or anything like that. The art of conversation is dying, and hopefully that can be changed a little bit. I'm not saying lessen your time on the smartphone because I'm an addict to that, but at least make time to talk to people.
And just one last question. What would you give up for your smartphone? Say, for instance, if I was to take away your smartphone, and what would you give up for it?
Our friendship. That's for sure, yes. Oh, did I mention the doctor's appointment? Did I say that?
Yeah.
I did already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's it?
Conclusion?
Yes. Thank you for
Okay,
your time. And
you're
this
welcome.
has been a very big improvement to our school project.
That's great. My pleasure.
Do you know that 58% of people do not go 1 hour without checking their phones? That's roughly half of the world going every hour and checking their phones for messages. And also, are you addicted to your mobile phone? 83% of people own mobile phones, and also 5 in 10 people confess to being addicted to their phone. That's millions of people. And also, US adults are showing behavior using their phones in awkward places such as sex, in movie theaters, a dinner date, driving, in the shower, or even at church. Also, now people are starting to give up big things for their phones, such as coffee, daily baths, and also sex. Thank you to listening to our documentary, and we hope you learned something today. Goodbye.